What's going on, YouTubers? It is your boy, Deluxe Man, and I am joined here by my co-host from Wrestling Paradise. Say what's up.
What's up?
Guys, this is our review on New Japan Pro Wrestling's Wrestle Kingdom 9. This is something different. Me and Preston usually do WWE pay-per-views. We really don't do a lot of indie promotions or wrestling promotions outside of the WWE. So this is something new for me and Preston, and for a first-time experience of New Japan Pro Wrestling and their pay-per-views, I have to say I was impressed. I thought this entire show I won't say from top to bottom, but for the most part, was very enjoyable. I really enjoyed the double main event, the last matches.
Yeah.
Got to see a lot of familiar faces. Got to see not so familiar faces, but I think I came out of this show with two new favorites. You know, one that I was just blown away by, and then another one that I was a favorite of before, but it was solidified because of this show. Preston, give us your overall thoughts on the show before we get to the actual card.
Was very hesitant about this show because me and Japan wrestling don't mix. I've never been a Japanese wrestling fan. It's something that I've just not for me. So, you know, when Alyx said he wants to do the show, I'm like, okay, you know, I'm iffy about going into this. Have to say, this show showed me that Japanese wrestling, not only is it really good, it is something that I could definitely see myself watching more of in the future. This is something I want to mention real quick before we get into the show.
Go for it.
Alyx, I don't know how much you've seen of this, and you know, people can take this how you want. To the people on the internet who throw this shit in people's faces, you know, whether it's New Japan, Ring of Honor, I don't care what it is, that if you don't watch independent wrestling, you know, you're just a piece of shit, and you know, whatever. Let me put it to you this way. Independence, I have no problems with, and definitely I think in 2015 me and Alyx are going to go outside the box more. But just because somebody doesn't watch your pay-per-view or your company or whatever, doesn't mean that, you know, you're any less of a wrestling fan than you, or vice versa. You know, I don't know why this has become a thing, Alyx, in this last year or two. I've seen it really heavily. Okay, here's the thing. Free will, suggestion. They should go hand in hand. If somebody wants to check out a company or wants to check out a show, that should be their own choice. Not somebody, like, pounding it into you like, you know, if you don't watch this, you're a piece of shit wrestling fan and you only watch WWE and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, this show shows me that, hey, I've been an independent wrestling fan for a long time. You know, this is nothing new to me. I've never watched a New Japan show. You know, and me and Alyx did this on our own regard. You know, we said, hey, we want to check this out. We did. We're pretty much going to give this thing a positive review for the most part.
Very.
You know, maybe this is going to open people's eyes up more that, hey, you don't have to be ground pounded a wrestling show or a company into your fucking, you know, skull for you to, you know, check it out or like it or whatever. And I think people take some of this shit way too seriously.
Yes. This
is pro wrestling. You know, I've been watching pro wrestling longer than some of you fucking people have been alive. So, you know, maybe you need to tone it the fuck down just a little bit.
Yeah, don't go so far as to say you're not a wrestling fan if you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, PWG,
right,
all that kind of stuff. No,
that's
if you
bullshit.
watch wrestling, you're a wrestling
fan.
Period. Okay?
You know?
Now, if you want to suggest new stuff,
right,
go for it.
You know, I mean, Alyx...
Because too many people want to do this thing where they'll insult and demean you. No.
Bullshit.
Tell them why we should watch this. Tell them stuff like, listen, man, you like high flying, you like a more stronger, realistic style, check this out. You know, give us a match. Like, if you watch this, and you like it, dude.
So there's people that, you know, have that don't do this and just demean you because... I don't know, that's somehow going to make me want to watch your company. No, that's going to turn me off, like, instantly. So that's why I haven't, me and Alyx I'm going to say the last year, when did we do Ring of Honor? That was right after WrestleMania, yes?
I believe so.
That's why since then me and Alex have not done any independents because I've been so burnt out and turned off from independent wrestling since then because of the internet that I've said, fuck it, I just don't want to do independents anymore. That's going to change in 2015. From me and Alex doing this show, we're going to give things shots. It's like I told Alex, I said, I want to do, a AAA or CMLL pay-per-view. That's going to happen. We're going to do a show coming up from, one of those companies and review it. There's a wrestler on here that was with Bullet Club, which we'll talk about. That's from a company called Shimmer. We may do a show of theirs. I mean, me and Alex are more open to doing things on our own will because, hey, we might want to check this out or whatever. That's why we did this pay-per-view. And who says that we're not going to watch the next one that they do or whatever. But I think people need to realize that pro wrestling is a choice. It is not a fucking,
recommendation, mandatory job.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid to do this.
I'm not. I 3 hours of, was on this show. That's 3 hours. Okay, I could have done something else. But I didn't. I watched this pay-per-view. I just wanted to put that out there just because it's been on my mind and I wanted to get off my chest just because I've seen this company promoted a lot. On the internet, and some people I feel are overrating the show quite a bit, which don't let that turn you off from this video.
Right.
But
there are some matches on here that I believe just fan.
One of the matches on here you need to see.
Yeah, there's a match on here that when we talk about it and we describe it to you, I don't even think we can capture how awesome the match is.
It blew me away. It's one of the best wrestling matches I've seen.
Yeah, if there was ever a 5-star match, that would be it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Two things before we get started. Number one, the commentary team. Jim Ross and Matt Stryker.
They had some really awesome moments at times.
No, what I love about them is they commentate on the matches based off of how they feel about them, okay?
Yeah.
They don't fake their excitement. If the match doesn't excite them, they're not going to really get into it. They're just going to call the match and just go about their merry way.
Right.
And that's just how they are. But the matches that are really good, you get the classic JR, you get the Matt Stryker, you get them going, oh my God, this is amazing. This is a classic. Right. You get that. And I like that because it captures how we feel.
Yeah.
Most of the time in WWE, I hate bringing this up, but the commentators like to overplay everything and say it's the greatest of all time. No, if it's not the greatest of all time,
it's not.
It's just not. And Jim Ross played that up. Honestly, if I was Jim Ross, I would do the exact same thing. The very first match on here was a 4-way tag team championship match, I believe, for the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championship. It involved Red Dragon, Forever Hooligans, Time Splitters.
Splitters, yes.
Yeah, and Young Bucks. And quite frankly, as much as you guys love these tag teams, and they are really good tag teams, I did not like this match.
I hated it.
It had no story. It had no value. It was just spot. They ran to the ring. It's just no rules. It was all over the place. There was a nice spot where they tried to do like some type of doomsday device on the Young Bucks. And
they backflipped out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is what I hate about independent wrestling. This match is like the fucking, it. If you people like spot after spot after spot, you'll love the fuck out of this match. It is not what I look for in pro wrestling, And here's the thing. People probably think, well, how is that? You like Rey Mysterio, you like Kalisto, you like Sin Cara, you like those type of people. Okay. Just because, let me put this out there. Mexican wrestling, just because it is Lucha Libre, does not mean Lucha Libre does not have a story, does not have characters, does not have a pace. This, to me, felt like clusterfuck from Go and really didn't gel at all. To me, it was just like, move. Guys coming in and out and tagging, and then the last 5 to 7 minutes, Alex, was just nothing but people doing all kinds of shit, tag team moves, and just, it just got really like, what the fuck? And I'm sorry, if you like those crazy bullshit, moves, matches.
With no story, with no purpose.
I at this point in my life as a wrestling fan, I pretty much despise them. They're fun every once in a while, but to me, at this point, I'm just sick to death of that Ring of Honor type of, match that people like to stereotype, which is a stereotype of wrestling. I hate to say it. Hate to be the bearer of fucking bad news. But this is one of the things I hate the most in pro wrestling nowadays is this type of match where it's teams or multiple people or whatever that it's just, one thing after another. Now, here's the thing. I love high spots. I love athleticism. It's my favorite thing of pro wrestling, obviously. But at the end of the day, you have to have, the characters and the story and the flow of the match that fits into what you're doing. And this, to me, not even close.
It just didn't feel all that important.
And I've seen people give this 4 stars. I'm not anywhere in that fucking ballpark.
No, it's not 4 stars.
No, I'm giving it 2. 2 is nice.
Yeah, and that's just our opinion. Hey,
yeah. Hey.
You can feel it was one of the best tag team matches in the freaking world, for all we care. For us, I'm sorry, I just don't see how it contributed to anything at all.
No.
And that's not a knock on the people inside the ring.
No.
It was just not done very well.
What did you fucking accomplish?
Okay. When I remember this show, I will not remember this match.
No, not at all.
I will not. And that's just my opinion. But yeah, getting back to my point, 1, commentary. 2, when we talk about the rest of the show, there are a lot of people that I don't know their names properly.
Okay, first of all, 90% of this card, I have no idea who the fuck they are. So, to say I'm going into this show blind is being kind of generous. I didn't know the card. I didn't know anything. I'm just like...
But that should tell you something, too.
The
fact that we don't know 90% of these people, but still are coming out with a positive review, goes to show you the testament of this show.
Right.
So don't get all like, well, why are you watching it? See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Thank you. It's that confrontational, with the Dukes up, that me and Alyx are shunned away from independent wrestling because, why are you watching it? Okay, if I don't watch it and if I don't discover it on my own and get into it on my own will, how the hell am I going to get into it? You see what I'm saying?
See, that's why when it comes to NXT, I just suggest it. Like, NXT is great. Check it out.
And Alyx praised the fuck out of NXT. It's one of the most positive things we did in 2015 or 2014. I thought we could do it in 2015 as well. But, because me and Alyx I got into it on my own will and loved it. Just loved it, and then Alyx got into it. Me and him it's our favorite thing in wrestling at this point.
And then when we're trying to present it to other fans, we tell them, hey man, if you watch this, you'll
really like it.
You'll get tag teams, you'll get characters, you'll get great matches, and I know you like that. So check this out. If you like it, you can get more. If you don't, at least you checked it out and got something new.
Right.
Do that, okay? That's inviting.
Prick.
Invite people to watch it. Don't be all like, you have to watch it, otherwise you're not a wrestling fan. Because guess what? They're not going to watch it in spite of what you just told them. But let's get to the rest of the card here. We're giving that match 2 stars. We're also going to give the next 2 matches 2 stars.
2 stars.
I mean, it's like the Bullet Club involving Jeff Jarrett, by the way. Now, he was a nice surprise.
No. Not really.
Not really?
Not really, because when I heard my one, I'm like, oh, cool, Jeff Jarrett's going to come out and do a promo. No, he's coming out in his fucking wrestling gear, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
And then they fought a team called, here we go, Tenkoji and Tomoaki Honma. See? Now, I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce it.
No.
But pretty much, Honma's team won, and I just didn't really care. It got the usual Jeff Jarrett BS, and then they did a falling headbutt that got a big pop, which was like, cool!
Woo! I think I did the woo like 4 or 5 times in this match, because I'm just like, I don't care.
I don't care. And then you got the next match, which was another 8-man match. And it's just like, we got the same 8-man match back to back to back.
3 times in a row.
And I just went, God, this is wearing me out. Can we please get some mixture? But I know why they did it. But this match itself, I like seeing TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel.
Yeah.
I love those guys, by the way.
Those guys were cool.
It was cool seeing Davey Boy Smith, Lance Archer, and Shelton Benjamin. You know, I like seeing familiar faces with the newer faces. It's just, to me, again, it just did not grab me. It was just, it's just,
I don't remember anything about it. Like, that's the God honest truth.
I don't remember much about it. And
because those 3 matches just went, like, just, my brain just, like, dumped them out as soon as it went in. So that's why we're giving those 3 matches 2 stars, because me and Alyx just,
it exists. It wasn't terrible, but they just exist.
Yeah.
But I do know that the TMDK's team won.
Right.
And I'm saying TMDK because I don't know the other people, and I don't want to say their names. But after this match, pay-per-view just gets better and it takes off.
It's like a rocket ship, which is like it just like, after this, man, it pretty much the whole rest of the show is just pretty awesome. So.
Okay, we get the UWFI rules match, which is like a combination of
last man standing, I quit, submission, all wrapped into one.
Yeah.
Really interesting. I've never seen a match like this before. Between, apparently, now don't crucify me or Alyx. I guess these are 2 Big Japan legends. Okay, cool. I've never seen anything of these people. So, it's, Minoru Suzuki versus, Kazushi Sakuraba.
Yeah.
Okay, really good match, by the way. I think me and Alyx were just like, 3 tag matches. And then when we got to a singles match, I'm like, woo! This is nice. And it was a really good match, too.
It was very MMA styled, which I liked.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, actually. And I'm not an MMA fan at all, and I really liked it, so.
Big slaps, big punches. This was the very first strong style Japanese match we got of the evening, and it was really, really physical, and I liked it.
Yes.
And I like how they hugged it out even afterwards, because apparently this was a rivalry. So, tying the knot, it was really nice. And I believe Suzuki won, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he did.
You're right.
Yeah. Good match. The next one was even better.
This is my second favorite match on the card.
Yeah.
It's the Openweight championship match between
here we go.
Hiro Ishii and Togi Makabe.
Makabe, yeah.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
One of the most knockdown, drag out, street fight, killing each other matches I've ever seen.
Now, it should be said that Ishii went into this match in pain.
Yes.
He had a broken shoulder, and Jim Ross told us that he's been in pain since August. Since August.
Insane.
That's insane. But this match, if you thought the previous match was physical, this was a kill fest. It was intense. It was physical. It was nasty. They had lariats. They had kicks. They had headbutts. They had punches. They beat the hell out of each other. If you like that type of style, guys, this is a match for you. Definitely 4 stars. Definitely one of the best matches on the card. Absolutely.
Yes.
I loved it. Every single moment of it.
Check it out. I mean, some of these matches we're just going to say, go watch them, because I mean, just some of the stuff they did, like the fucking Death Valley driver off the second rope, a lot of the suplexes, oh my God. If you would count the amount of dragon suplexes in this show, it'd be insane. I'm going to say 10 dragon suplexes throughout half of this card. And
also, I want to point something out. This was not the only match, but one of the first matches on the card where they were kicking out at 1.
Yeah.
That's very important, because in wrestling, the cliche is, oh, he kicked out at 2. I love it when they mix it up and kick out at 1.
Yeah.
I love that. But, okay, let's move on to, the comedy match of the show. It's, if I'm not mistaken, the Junior Heavyweight Championship, right?
Yeah.
With Kenny Omega, very awesome talent.
This is my first time seeing Kenny Omega. So.
Yeah, versus Taguchi. The Funky Weapon. No, literally, that's what he calls himself.
That's his nickname.
That's his nickname, the Funky Weapon. And then he uses his booty as a weapon. It's a comedy match. But it's a really good match, though. I enjoyed it. You know,
it was good.
I just think both of them are good talents. I think Omega is a thoroughbred WWE wrestler. But those of you who don't know, apparently he turned down an offer to go to WWE because he doesn't want to go there. For the same reasons the Young Bucks turned it down, because they feel like it's too corporate, they won't get to do what they want to do, and all that jazz. Now, Preston and I talked about this, and Preston noted that Young Bucks would not have survived.
No.
But Kenny Omega would fit in just perfectly.
Yep.
That's where he belongs, but again, you have to want to go there. And I think with the way it is structured, I understand why he does it. So I'm not going to worry about that. But this match was good. I believe King Omega won. So there you go. Next up is another Bullet Club match involving Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, who I believe is related to Arn Anderson.
Yes, this is his nephew.
That's his nephew. And is taking on, help me out here, Preston.
Hiroki Goto and, oh wow, that next one's a fucking tongue twister. Katsuri Shibata. Fucking go.
There you go.
Really good tag match. Luke Gallows did some really good stuff. Fucking Anderson was a flying juggernaut. I don't know. I really liked it. I really liked the other team.
I know it's Sabata. Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys did really good. I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Do you want to get the Bullet Club discussion out of the way real quick?
Yeah, because apparently, if I'm not mistaken, the Bullet Club was created by Prince Devitt. And during that time, it was, based off of what fans are telling me, the best it's ever been. It became popular because of Prince Devitt. Well, Prince Devitt is now in WWE, and the guy that took over it was who, Preston?
Jeff Jarrett.
And since he took over it, of course, him being obsessed with the NWO has to turn it into the NWO with the whole too sweet. The NWO references, it just really
terrible.
Piss me off. Now I get it. It is a reference. It is built off of the NWO. And pretty much any faction that takes over the company is a reference to the NWO. I get that.
You're blatantly ripping it off.
So you're not even trying to make it unique. You're just saying, we're just NWO.
We're just ripping it the fuck off. Like, I'm sorry, the NWO thing needs to die a fucking death in this industry. To me, it's a fucking company killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just
Bullet Club, not a fan.
Yeah, and I have to wonder. And again, I have not seen Prince Devitt as the leader. I haven't seen him at all in New Japan Pro Wrestling, but I have to wonder how awesome he must have been for this to be one of the most popular things in wrestling in terms of Japan. Huh. I have to wonder about that. By the way, that female wrestler you talked about, Amber O'Neil.
Yeah.
The Shimmer Wrestling female. I haven't seen much about her, but people tell me she is a really good wrestler. So
I have a feeling we're gonna check out a Shimmer show at some point. So
yeah,
I would like to check out a Shimmer show. I think me and Alyx are two of the biggest supporters of women's wrestling on here. I'm gonna say most people on here pretty much, it's a piss break match and blah blah blah. Me and Alyx, I think, are two of the biggest supporters of it. I mean, look what we've done with Paige and AJ and Caitlyn and AJ and Taryn and Gail. I mean, me and Alyx have been pretty big, supporters of that, group of, wrestling, because there is talent there. It's not just tits and ass. It's not just, Sable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
Okay. I love how New Japan structured the card.
Yeah.
Structured it from least important to most important.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. And they saved all the build-up and the promo packages for the last few matches.
Yeah.
Which I honestly like, because this match, AJ Styles versus Tetsuya Naito,
Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping I said that right. But this apparently was a number one contendership match, because whoever won this match was back in the hunt for the World Championship. And AJ Styles used to be the heavyweight champion of New Japan Pro Wrestling, which I think is really cool. But this match itself, it was surprisingly short. And I know both of these guys.
That's the only bad thing I have to say about it. It was short. Yeah.
It was a good match.
Yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed it.
But it was short. And I'm just kind of like, why was it so short? Because I feel like these two could have put on a really good match. I've seen both of them wrestle, and I know both of them are really good wrestlers. So it's like, yeah, I guess. AJ Styles won with the Styles Clash off the top rope.
Second rope, yeah.
That was really cool. And I like the storyline we had with AJ Styles breaking people's neck with his finisher.
With his finisher, that's pretty cool, actually.
Which is based off of, real life stuff, but I'm happy that they're actually making a storyline out of it.
Right.
So, Okay.
Woo!
Are you ready, Preston?
Yes.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay.
With this match. So tell them all about it, man, because I have so much I want to say. Go for it.
Well, this is the IWGP Intercontinental title match between Suzuki Nakamura. I butchered the fuck out of his last name.
Nakamura, yeah.
Nakamura, there you go.
Yeah.
This is Kota Ibushi, who is my favorite New Japan wrestler.
Oh my god.
Holy shit! It's about all I got. Like, you need to see this match. I'm dead serious. You need to find it out, seek it out, and watch it, because it is one of the best wrestling matches I've seen in the past 4 years. Or maybe ever. I don't know. I would put it up there with Taker and Shawn Michaels. That's a broad fucking
Now,
statement.
keep in mind, that's my favorite match of all time, or one of my favorite matches of all time. And I didn't even flinch at that statement.
Right.
Think about that for a second. Keep going, by the way.
I like the video package. First of all, I like the entrances.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Suzuki, who's a Michael Jackson humongous fan, homage, and then Kota. I thought this was cool. He did the fucking Rey Mysterio thing out of the stage. That was like, whoa, that was cool. I've never seen anybody else do that. Yeah, his entrance was really cool. And then, they started off doing some, like, kind of like, not hurting each other kind of shit. And then it just, like, off the rails from there. I mean, the knees and the kicks to their heads is some of the most insane things I've ever seen in wrestling. I mean, I'm shocked they're not concussed, knocked out. It's great. The story was amazing. The spots, there's too fucking many. Lots of suplexes. I can't name them all. The spot of the night was this. I don't remember how we got to it. Some move, and then, oh wait, he did it. Was it that Kota did Suzuki's finisher, and then I think that's how it was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then he's on the apron. Okay, so he does this like deadlift.
German suplex
thing, and he's not on the turnbuckle, he's on the rope,
it's
top
a
rope.
springboard German suplex.
It's one of the most insane moves I think I've ever seen in wrestling. And I was blown the fuck away. And he kicked out, so I'm just like, how the fuck do you kick out of that? It ended with the running knee, which I was very disappointed by because I wanted more.
And that is the only thing we can say.
I have no complaints, no bad things to say about it, other than I wanted more. I wanted the match to continue. I was pissed off that
it ended. Think about that. A match that is so good that it pisses you off that it ended.
That does a lot.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you love the pageantry, if you love the storytelling, you love the in-ring action, you love the characters, you love all of that wrapped up in a bow and given to you in wrestling, this match is all of that and more. If anybody was to give this match 5 stars, I would not get mad at it. It deserves all of it. This was a great, fantastic, beautiful classic match. Everything about it. The entrance. Freaking Nakamura came out dressed like Michael Jackson with a crown. And it was such an amazing entrance. The entire crowd was screaming like he's a freaking rock star. And I told Preston, in my eyes, stuff like this, the WWE is completely missing out on.
Yeah.
Because they are so corporate and so caught up in, well, the wrestler has to look like this. Like, no. Uniqueness, charisma, whatever they can bring to the table, that is what creates stars. And Nakamura, this is the first time I've seen him, and I love him. I love the guy. I know Kota Ibushi, and I've seen him for a long ass time. So he was awesome regardless. But Nakamura is so awesome in so many ways. His character, the way he carries himself inside the ring. There was a spot in the match where freaking Kona kicked him and he just swiped it away like it was nothing. It was amazing, man. Ibushi did a Rey Mysterio entrance, which was really cool. I like that too. But he talked about the spots. My favorite has to be the springboard German suplex from the outside. You cannot top that.
No.
And also, take the tag team match in the opening and take this match. Same crazy spots, even crazier spots, more than what we got in that match. The difference between this match and that match, this match had psychology. This match had a story. This match had a flow. This match had all the intricacies, all the stuff that makes a classic match. Okay? And there were points where they would take a devastating move like a German suplex and just get up like nothing happened to them. But it made sense. This match also had them kicking out at 1. Not just 2, but kicking out at 1. It had everything you can want. But there was a story to it. And of course, Nakamura, who was the champion going in, retains the championship. And I have to say, man, for Kota's very first heavyweight match, this is his very first heavyweight match, by the way, Preston. You didn't know that, but I'm telling you this now. If you was not a fan of him before, you will be.
Yeah.
This was a star-making performance. He was already a star in my eyes, but
I agree.
To me, this match was like, yeah, he is a cornerstone of New Japan Pro Wrestling. It sounds like we're overrating it. Just go watch it.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. We're not going to tell you to believe us. I'm just going to tell you, watch it for yourself and judge. We are going to give it 5 stars. Mm-hmm. I think this is definitely worthy of being a 5-star match.
I would put this in top 20 matches of all time. And that's a very exclusive list.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely a match of the year candidate. Very early.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Very early.
Anything tops this, I'm going to be really surprised. So,
we'll have to see, man.
We'll have to wait and see, man. We're only 5 days into the fucking year, so.
Alright, let's go on to the next match, the main event. We have Tanahashi versus Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Here's what I'm going to say. Compared to the previous match, I like the Intercontinental Championship match more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I felt like, personally, although Okada, was really good, and he showed some stuff, and by the way, that Rainmaker pose, I don't know how to feel about that. It's kind of corny. It zooms in on him, throwing his arms out, and then zooms right back out. I'm like, okay, is something supposed to happen? Like, whatever. But again, I don't know him all that much. Maybe that is very popular. If it is, cool. I didn't get to see enough of Hiroshi Tanahashi because people tell me he's awesome. And I believe it. I just kind of feel like I didn't get to see enough of it. You know what I'm saying, Preston?
I agree.
The spots they did in this match were really cool. I like that Tanahashi played homage to Dean Malenko with the Texas Cloverleaf.
Yeah,
the Frog Splash, Eddie Guerrero. Very technical. It's just, to me, again, it didn't quite live up to the awesomeness that the previous match was. Still a good match. I'll give it 4 stars. I have no issue with it. And Tanahashi retains. But that's just my opinion. I mean, how'd you feel about it, Preston?
Pretty much everything you just said.
Apparently, these two have had previous matches before, and people were telling me that their previous matches were better.
Okay.
Okay. But still.
I enjoyed it for what it was. That's about all I can say. The match was really good. I thought it was, a really good title match. To me, it was too one-sided, so that killed a lot of my interest in it. The ending was really good. The fucking crossbody to the floor was amazing. I don't know. It was really good. I like I said, I just felt it needed something else. So, yeah. He
did like a ton of dragon screws.
Oh yeah,
that were
yeah, they were sick.
Sick. And I like that. And of course, that Japanese strong style of wrestling, just again, it really helped this match for me. And that's why I'm giving it 4 stars, because I felt like for the main event match, it really did help. You know, you got points in here where Okada was like telling them, come on, hit me, is that all you got? It really adds to the psychology. So whether or not I thought the main event was better than the previous match, that's my opinion. I don't think it was. Me and Preston thought the show was really good. Gave it an 8.5 out of 10 score, and that's a 4-star for me in terms of my rating system. If you're sick and tired of the WWE style and you want something new, you want something fresh, check out Wrestle Kingdom 9. It was a good show. Jim Ross and Matt Striker were good. Good wrestling. A classic between Ibushi and Nakamura. I don't know what else to say, Preston. You have any final thoughts before we close out?
The show was great. I'm glad we watched it. It definitely made me want to open up the doors to other companies, which is going to happen. If this is the indication of wrestling in 2015, it's going to be pretty awesome. Whether WWE is good or not, that's kind of hearsay at this point. Obviously Raw is coming after this, so, and it's not that we're going to compare this to Raw or anything, because that's stupid if you do that. You're just setting yourself up for fucking failure. I'm sorry. You are. Wrestle Kingdom 9 was great. It made me want to watch more New Japan Wrestling. Like I said, it's going to have us do more reviews of different companies and different shows, throughout the year. We'll probably check out another New Japan show. I'm interested to see what Global Force goes, that this is just starting, so.
If we do a rematch between Ibushi and
I'm there.
Nakamura, I'm there. I'm gonna see it. I gotta see a rematch. And apparently this is like their 3rd confrontation. I hope they go like 5 more. I don't care. It is so awesome. So
to me, that is the Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio of New Japan.
Without question. Great show. Great stuff.
I've never done this before. This is the first pay-per-view I've ever watched from anything outside of America. So, for somebody who's been watching wrestling as long as I have, I'm still learning new things. I'm still seeing new styles of wrestling, some 16 years later. So, just because you've been watching wrestling for a while doesn't mean you can't fucking learn and pick up new things. Like I said, it's like I told Alex, I want to do a Mexican pay-per-view because I'm a huge Mexican wrestling fan, obviously. So we're going to do a AAA show. Like I said, Shimmer's something we might do. We might do some American indies, Lucha Underground. We're going to do lots of things in 2015 besides just WWE, this just sucks, and Raw sucks, pay-per-view sucks. Hopefully WWE has a good year. I'd like to come here to talk about good WWE, but maybe there comes a point in time where me and Alex say, hey, we need to start finding alternatives instead of just watching the same old shit all the time. So that's what 2015 is going to be. It's going to be a lot of changes and a lot of different things in terms of pro wrestling. To the fans, thank you. 2,000 subscribers on the way to 3,000 to me is just amazing. You people are what keeps the show going and keeps me and Alex touching through these Raws and pay-per-views and, and I appreciate all the people that have an open mind that, aren't just, if you don't watch indies, you're a piece of shit, basically, which those people exist. I've seen them. They're on the videos, or were on the videos. Some of them have been banned at this point. Not saying you can't have an open opinion, but once I have people start saying I'm not a pro wrestling fan anymore, that's when I'm cutting your ass the fuck off.
We're done with that.
I'm done. Let me put it this way. If you have that big a set of balls on you to sit there and call either me or Alex not a wrestling fan, you need to fucking reevaluate your fucking life. At this point.
Period.
It's sad to me when I see shit like that. I'm just like,
assholes. And we don't need that around us right now.
No.
Okay. On the internet, we're already dealing with crap. We're already dealing with crap outside the internet when it comes to wrestling. We want to come on here.
Why do you think we're on here? If you want the God honest truth, the reason I'm doing wrestling videos on the internet is because I have no other place to fucking go.
Exactly. You don't want to come on here and be treated like.
This is a network. This is a community.
Guys, come on, man.
About the internet. Because I get to interact with people like, Alex and $1 Million Mark and other people on here that are pro wrestling fans and people that like, some of the stuff I do or different things, or hey, I like this guy or you like this guy. Just, to me, it's a community. Once you get people that are pissing in the fucking punch bowl and saying, oh, you gotta watch New Japan, or oh, you bitch about this, but you don't watch this, and blah, 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 and you're not a wrestling fan, that's when it becomes not fun. And I'm just going to start banning people at this point. You know, I'm not saying you can't have your opinion, but if you're going to be a fucking prick, see you later. You know, I'm here to have fun and, you know, express my opinions on wrestling. That's what you should be as well. And I'm not saying you have to agree. Look at the Bella and the Roman Reigns fans. That fucking says it all. Those people are rabid. I thought I was hardcore. Wow. Some people make me look like a fucking tame person compared to some of you people. It's like, you know, there's a fan and then there's to the extreme. This is what it is. So I don't know. To me, there needs to be a line that does not need to be crossed either which way. People just need to, you know, have an open mind and have, you know.
Yes. Be inviting.
Yes.
Invite. Don't force people to like it. We got into this show mainly because of Jen Ross and, you know, GFW and this,
right, and it was like, you know what, let's check out something new. And you know, to be honest with you, this is why I hate Ring of Honor, or hated. I don't hate them anymore. But for years, I hated Ring of Honor because people like, you know, Truth Slayer and Trademark and etc. would just like, oh, if you don't watch Ring of Honor, you're missing out. You need to watch Ring of Honor. You need to. To the point where I bought some Ring of Honor DVDs from FYE because I was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking check this shit out. And I like Ring of Honor, I do. But those, you know, the Ring of Honor warriors are long fucking gone. Have been for years. But that's what I'm talking about, you know, and it seems like, you know, those people are now on New Japan Pro Wrestling's bandwagon or whatever company you're trying to promote. And I'm all fine and dandy with that. Me and Alyx do it with NXT, but I think we do it in the right way. People just, you know, who are attacking people because you don't watch a company or you bash, you know, TNA. My God, those people fucking are insane. You know, or whatever, you know, there's support and then there's blind nepotism. That's what I'm going to describe it.
Right, and we don't want to be those fans. We want to get into it because we're interested, and when we watch it, we want to be like, all right, I want to continue watching it.
Yeah.
That is what creates fans.
And people go, why are you still watching WWE? Okay. I've been watching WWE for now going on 12, 13 years. WWE is a product that I think I'm always going to stick with. I think Alyx is the same way. It could be as bad as 2014. It could be as great as 2006 for me. You know, I'm still going to stick with it to some degree. You know, the video where I said I'm done, that may happen at some point. I've done it twice, where I've taken big ass breaks from WWE because I've just said, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm done. But there's wrestlers and you guys and other things that keep me watching wrestling, or WWE, I should say. Because, you know, I want this company to succeed. This show in particular shows me what WWE could be to a degree, and it's just like, it fucking pisses me off so bad that I see it. Hell, their own fucking NXT, you know, I see this shit and I'm like, why can't you just, why? Can you not just fucking, you know,
stop being so stubborn and be a good wrestling company?
I'd be good, you know, and there's things that intrigue me and entice me, like, you know, Raw tonight. You know, you got freaking, you know, Ambrose and Wyatt ambulance match. I'm fucking hyped as shit for that. I can't wait to see it. You know, that's something that I really want to see. You know, WWE does things that I want to see, you know, but they do, you know, stupid fucking bullshit. You know, I don't know. Me and Alyx watching WWE, I don't know, from this point, hope.
And if that hope doesn't...
And if that well fucking runs dry, we have alternatives. And I think some people should take this to heart as well. You know, don't throw all your eggs in one company's basket. If you want to do that, fine. But to me, you know, start looking elsewhere. You know, start getting into other things, you know. You might find the golden fucking gem in some, you know, back alley wrestling company, whether it's, you know, Shikara or even another fucking country. You know, I think my eyes are kind of open up wider from this show that, hey, maybe, WWE isn't what I should just be focusing on all the time, which I have done at times. But granted, in 2009, for an extended period of time, all I did was watch independent wrestling, Shikara, CZW, those two companies, I just watched them all the time. So I've done big independent wrestling stints before. So, not saying that this is what 2015 is going to be, but I think me and Alex are going to mix WWE and independence. Not saying we're going to compare the two. That's not right. If people do that, you're setting yourself up for fucking failure. I'm just saying. If you compare Wrestle Kingdom to fucking Raw, there's no fucking comparison.
You're gonna be sorely disappointed.
You're gonna be really fucking pissed off and disappointed if you compare that show to Raw tonight. You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Know what you're gonna get, and if one company's not giving it to you, just go to another.
Get it from something else. That's what people need to do. I think this on here needs to become a community and less bullshit. It's an independent versus mainstream wrestling fans. How about you're just a fucking pro wrestling fan?
Thank you very much.
Why is there a fucking divide? The divide needs to go the fuck away. Those people need to fucking disappear. Okay?
Thank you. I'm happy we're talking about this, Press, because this is very important. Okay? We're wrestling fans, all of us. Alright? Shows like this should unite us. Because there was a variety of wrestling styles and wrestling characters and wrestling people we know, people we don't know. Alright, why are we, you're a WWE fan and you don't watch this, so you're not a real wrestling fan. If you like that, you're not a wrestling fan. No, okay? We already have a hard time being wrestling fans outside.
As it is. From the outside world, from some people's families, it just depends on what it is, Wrestling is one of the most negatively looked down of things ever. I think it's ironic that heavy metal and pro wrestling, my two favorite loves in life, are two of the most bastardized things in the fucking world. Okay, in terms of, the uppity, corporate motherfuckers. Okay, or hell, like I said, fucking, people in your own family look at that shit like, how the hell do you like that, screaming metal or, that fake wrestling. Those are my two favorite loves in life, and those are the two things that get fucking trashed on by most people, okay? I have a hard enough time fucking loving this shit as it is. I don't need to come on here and have people, fucking, chastise my ass because I don't watch your company or I hate something that you love. Have a discussion. Say, hey, what, you don't like this, tell me why, or you do like this, tell me why, this, Eva Marie and this bitch and Paige sucks and go for it, man. I'm not gonna fucking stop you. As long as you're not attacking me personally, you want fucking support them fellas, then you go for it.
Here's a good idea. Tell us why they suck.
Thank you. Tell me why the Bellas are so great, or Roman Reigns.
Tell me why they're great.
Right.
Alright, I told you why I don't like them.
Right.
Tell me why I should like them.
Tell me what I should see in them that I don't see. But people don't do that. They go, fuck you, man. You don't like the Bellas, man. You're a piece of shit. You like fucking Paige, man. What the fuck's wrong with you? That's what people do on
I'm a wrestling fan. That's what's wrong with me.
Thank you. To me, people need to just calm down. Realize this is pro wrestling. If you're like, good mic work or Gemini who just watch WWE and that's it. Or if you're like me and Alex, who are open to other things, or whatever, man. People just need to realize that at the end of the day, this is all wrestling. I don't care if you call it to be sports entertainment or whatever the fuck, it's pro wrestling at the end of the day. It takes place in a ring, there's moves, and athleticism. It's fucking wrestling. I don't care what anybody calls it, okay? If you like John Cena to fucking, whoever the hell, AJ Styles, doesn't matter. There's the review, there's the big discussion. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go check out the show. Please check out that fucking Intercontinental title match. I'm really telling you guys.
If you don't watch anything else, check that
match out. Your mind will be fucking blown. Coming from a guy who's seen it all, or thought I saw it all.
Oh, we thought we saw it all.
Oh, no.
I will remember that match for a long time.
Forever. As long as I'm a wrestling fan, I don't think I'll ever forget that match. So, definitely, 2015 is starting off with a fucking bang in terms of, pro wrestling, and I hope it builds from here. I hope we just don't go down from here. So
yes, please. Yeah. 2015 is off to a very strong start for wrestling.
Please let it continue.
Don't let it die out. Please. With that said, this is your boy, Deluxe Man, and Preston signing off. You guys take care. Peace.
Peace.